Thank you so much for this opportunity to participate in this session on a topic that is really at the crux of the travel retail recovery. My perspectives draw on my observations over the past 9 years in supporting sales and promotions in beauty, in liquor, and in confectionery. And my focus is on the importance of taking what has worked, checking in with the current reality of the industry, and finding a way to move this forward. There has been tremendous investment into the humanization side of travel retail. I think actually more so than domestic retail. So we've done really, really good in that space. There's also tremendous strength that has come from the investment into the digital space, and I only see this increasing. The title of our session today invites a more effective blend of the human and the digital dynamics in retail. And my vision is for brands, retailers, airports, cruise lines, and airlines to shape and lead the market into the future, and to build out the travel retail USP stronger than ever. The recent acceleration of the digital channel has far outpaced the acceleration of the human side of this blending formula. Critically, the human side of our industry has not just been left in stalemate since March 2020, it has been decimated. So the emphasis on investing into the human side of this blending mix and committing to the rebuilding cannot be overstated, both from a consumer behavior standpoint and from the standpoint of labor market dynamics. Physical retail always has been and always will be a people business. So how can sales staff better understand and connect with the customer? Pre-pandemic, about 50% of customers referenced the product that they were buying on their device while they were on the shop floor. I am estimating that this percentage will be within 80 to 90% within a year. That is how fast digital has accelerated in retail. And we need to ensure that our sales staff and our shop floor priorities really align with this consumer behavior. Because there is no question, the customer is fully integrated and they're arriving on the shop floor more informed than ever and more branded than ever and more desirous of a good experience. The buying decision is not just about the product. The buying decision really has a lot to do with value and with experience. Physical retail is that setting where the wow factor can take place. And travel retail has a reputation for really delivering on that promise. And for everyone in this audience, we have an opportunity to continue to deliver that wow to the customer in the new retail era. Because the desire for digital will accelerate along with the desire for human connection. It helps to think of them as interconnected, not disassociated. So what does this blended sales plan look like? Can we chart a path to success with a more intentional approach and with commitments that build out the travel retail channel? Here we want to zero in on the specifics, such as better understanding the demographics, better eliminating unconscious bias, better shop floor coverage, and more retail theater that brings digital to life and that brings life to digital. For example, we want customers, when they're on their devices and shopping at home, we want them to reference the physical store experience. We want them to remember that wow moment. Not just that, we want them to desire it again, and we want them to seek it out in the future. The physical space complements the digital space. And in travel retail, we want to find a way to blend that and to deliver on that promise to the customer. This integration and rhythm is the painted picture of the retail future. Digital acceleration can be supported by better collaboration among stakeholders. Imagine for a moment that airports, airlines, cruise lines, brands, retailers can agree on how data is used. That is a powerful thought. One aspect of that alone is leveraging return itineraries for every traveler. Imagine the opportunities that would open up. That return itinerary is an appointment at a certain location, at a specific time, in a specific terminal. That's just one idea. What about if brands found a way to integrate their customer information across their channels? Domestic retail, digital, and travel retail. That way, no matter where the customer is in the world, they can get a notification when it's time to replenish their product. For domestic retail, click here. For travel retail, click here. For online, click here. Or think of booking websites. You've just completed your flight booking or your cruise booking. Up pops an app. Here's a QR code to download the airport map so that your arrival at the curbside is curated all the way to the gate. You will know where the check-in counters are, you know where parking is, you know the food and beverage options, you'll know the retail options. You might even be able to click and collect and reserve your product and pick it up in the terminal. This experience is not far off. We've got to get there, and we have to think of how the retail model will really complement that and how we can integrate it and how it becomes meaningful for the customer. It is also highly likely that our retail counters will become settings for live streaming, KOL hotspots, and stages for social media campaigns that go viral. Are we ready for that? A more effective blending of humanization and digitalization will shorten the road to recovery and add more meaning to the future of retail. It is so encouraging to see companies form partnerships and alliances. This is so necessary for realizing the exponential value of our complementary skills, services, and products. For example, it really is progressive for a promotions firm to be working with a digital firm because the promotions firm supplies the staff on the shop floor to work that activation, but the digital firm has actually drawn and identified that traveler before they're in the airport and partners with them through the airport and actually accompanies them after they've left the airport. These are ways that our humanization and digitalization strategies can become much more powerful and effective and build long-term value for the customer. The retail model of the future needs to develop as a global agenda because the customer that shopped in an airport on one continent is now living in the city on another continent. And the brand is global and our customer is globalized. Therefore, the most compelling message that retail can offer the customer is one that says, you are important to us in every channel, anywhere in the world, and at any time. Travel retail has an opportunity to participate in that message and play a very, very vital role in that message. Travel retail in particular is a channel with a consumer profile that deserves investment. Better understanding the psychographics of our customer is mission critical for blending the humanization side of our strategy and for strengthening the emotional connection in a way that digital can't. For travel retail, the future rests on the ability to build on this USP. Building that USP means building the benefits of travel retail, such as travel exclusives, promotions, and a globalized brand experience. If a product is out of stock on the shop floor, what if the customer can click a QR code and have it delivered to their hotel? The priority to strengthen the emotional connection places new emphasis on the role of the shop floor staff. It is a season to elevate the retail sales profession by adding education, sophistication, and adapted sales and an adapted sales and promotional model. There is hardly a role that has been more effective than the sales function. This role needs to adapt as we move through the pandemic and into the recovery and into the future. In so doing, we establish the differentiators that set travel retail apart and that optimizes the competitive advantage unique to the channel. Sales staff deserve dedicated resources and a progressive sales plan, along with education and expectation for accountability and appropriate brand training. It will be a non-negotiable for our staff to recreate the brand ethos in every customer encounter across every nationality and every corner of the travel schedule. Every customer matters. For example, we need to train the skill of managing the online to offline sales conversation. I alluded earlier that I'm anticipating 80 to 90% of customers to be referencing the products on their device while they shop. How does the sales staff deal with that? How do they take the conversation from the device to the product in the store, back to the device and back to the product in the store? The buying decision for the customer is no longer linear. It used to be very simple. You come into the store, you either buy or you don't. Now it is matrix. The customer needs to decide, is it better for me to buy the product here, or is it better for me to order it online? Is it more convenient? Is it the right timing? What is the delivery fee? So the customer is going through a number of decisions that take them through a matrix and that evaluates the trade-offs. These are the steps and the process that we need to train on the shop floor, and that our sales staff is equipped and has the right tools to ensure that no matter where the customer is, that they have a promising and a authentic and true to the brand experience that validates how they shop, when they shop, if they shop, because that is how the long-time value of that customer is established and supported and nurtured. Educating and empowering our sales and promotional teams mobilizes the humanization side of our topic. This is the season, and now is the time to develop those intentional sales plans, sales training, and vibrant sales cultures. Staff deserve our full support in developing a compelling narrative for the new era of travel retail. Our investment into the human side of the business is tantamount if we hope to deliver a unique experience. Given our current crisis, every one of our stores is in grand opening mode. How will we welcome the customers back? The harsh realities today draw on our collective wisdom to be resourceful in the immediate term and to be strategic for the long term. How can the customer be better validated and immersed in the brand? Good education means adding layers of sophistication to the sales process. So the in-person encounter is not just about the product, but about the full brand experience and in every channel. The principles of reciprocity deserve to be activated across platforms and across channels and categories. Customers expect it, brands deserve it, staff earned it, and retailers need it. In closing, I want to highlight the importance of maintaining investment into both aspects of this retail equation. The pandemic has reminded us of the softer side of life, and that genuine human interaction is at the heart of healthy, thriving communities, economies, and industry. The power of the human experience has been the lifeblood that supported the success of travel retail so far, and it is the lifeline that will support the success of our beloved industry in the future. To align our industry priorities is truly the unique window of opportunity before us now as we plan a brighter future. Thank you.